To help us talk about the issues around the Black Stars and if indeed there are problems or there should be no worries, the editor of sports with Pure FM in Kumasi, a very experienced campaigner in this industry, Bright Kankam Boadu. Thank you very much, sir, for your time with us on the show. Welcome on to GH1 TV.
Ben, thanks for having me.
Kankam, is there a problem really with the Black Stars, or is just one of those things that teams go through? You lose a few games, you win some, and you draw some.
Right, it's so obvious that there's a problem with the Black Stars, and they didn't just start yesterday, or let's say in our last two games. We've had serious issues. I mean, dating back to about the last three AFCONs. I mean, if you're a Ghanaian and you love football, and you have to come to terms with the fact that in three AFCONs we've just won one game. I mean, that is worrying. You're looking at a country that won the first two of their first two participations in the AFCON. They played four AFCONs, and they had played in four finals. I mean, that's the kind of history Ghana had. Okay. And even in recent times, you know, considering the number of stars we have, how well they play for their clubs, one would expect that the Black Stars would play much better than the way we are playing. Look at our last showing at the AFCON. It was a total mess. And we all knew that Chris Hughton was out for the task, so we needed a new coach.
Yeah.
Now, bringing in Otuado, of course, some of us had our own criticisms. I mean, with respect to why it should be Otu, because personally, I felt that with the level of confidence that has dipped, the team lacks so much confidence. In fact, the players don't even believe in themselves no more, and they wear the national color. So personally, I thought we needed an experienced coach who has gone through that kind of phase before, in terms of bringing out the best in a team that loses itself.
Okay.
That is why personally, when I heard the likes of Refreshifa and all the rest apply for the job, I was kind of happy. But the handlers of our national team decided to go in for Otuado. Well, he said a whole lot about him, about the fact that when he was coaching, he had this, he had that. But look at our team play. I mean, let's even brush aside the first two friendly games that didn't go too well when Otu took over. Remember, we drew 2-2 with Uganda and lost
to Nigeria. Yeah, in Morocco.
And in both games, we considered 2 goals.
Yeah.
Let's look at our game against, I think the best game Otu has played was against Mali. And clearly, I mean, Mali, fine, but we all know that the Mali team and the Stars are also going through a similar phase. They're also going through what we are going through.
Okay.
But we were better off, so we beat them. After that, we played against Central African Republic. And let's not forget, we considered 3 goals, even though we won by 4 goals. We considered 3, which has always been a problem, the way we concede. Goalkeeping and our defense. I don't know whether it has to do with our arrangement or the tactics or our defense structure. But clearly, we had a problem then. And look at the showing. Against Angola, people say that we played well in the second half. But check, how many chances do we create? In the first half, we played only 1 shot on target.
Yeah.
You are looking at a team that has Semenyo, Jordan, Kudus, Inaki, Thomas Partey. I mean, mention all the stars. And we played against an Angolan side that came in with a plan to frustrate the team. I mean, take us on the counter breaks and see if they could get a goal. And we succumbed to that. Now, the most embarrassing part of this whole thing is that you see our team play, and you realize that this is a team that is playing like there's nothing at stake. No sense of urgency. Then the coach will come to the post-match press conference and say that the boys were playing well. Then you tend to wonder the kind of game he was watching. Because probably he was watching a different game. Because for a coach whose team plays an entire 45 minutes against an Angolan team that is not so gifted when it comes to talent, the way we have. And we play only 1 shot on target. And your reason is that you won't do substitutions because when you do them late, you won't do them early. We say you did it early. When you do it late, you say you did it late. I mean, so the problem is that it looks like the people handling the team don't even know the problem. And when you have a situation like that, it's a very messy one. And I mean, there's no hope because we all know that the problem identified is half solved.
Yeah.
So if you can't identify the problem, and it means that we are in a serious situation. And but let's be honest, I mean, Hitherto, Ghana in a group with Sudan, in a group with Niger, and who Angola.
Angola.
I mean, let's be honest.
And 2 games played, you have just 1 point.
The Black Star we grew up seeing, even the one we saw in recent times, the Asians and the Apians. I mean, they shouldn't have been. I mean, you know what they say to console themselves? That football will be a football. That kind of thing. When I hear that, I really get very sad because Obia Hubo, if everybody is as good as we are saying everybody is good, I mean, the ones who were good then are now better. So why are we progressing?
Yeah.
So it means that everybody is improving and we are still where we are and they have caught up with us. While others have improved. Look at Morocco. I mean, you watch Morocco play, realize this is a good team. So then our problem is that we are not finding the solution to our problem. We are not making the Black Stars feel like they have something to play for. And tactically, we seem to be in a real mess. Have you thought of this?
Okay.
Let's say Ghana plays a game. Boadu constantly is, most of the time we see him at the touchline with a fourth referee, most of the time complaining.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, he's sent to the stands. And the man who will be on the touchline to coach will be John Pencil. Why are we doing this with our national team? I mean, in all honesty, it doesn't look good. And I'm sure the boys even doesn't have confidence in the technical team.
Okay.
And it's about time we sit down as a nation, the FA should sit down. Let's let our pride aside. The fact that we made a decision and we feel that the decision is not good, fine. But to be honest, Otuado he's not good enough to be our coach. I think that as an assistant coach, that's fine. Then he learns a bit. But where our team is, I don't think he's the man to get us to the promised land.
You clearly have hit on one of the major things, which is the coaching bit of the team. What do you say to the other school that says that sometimes if you look at our players, you made a point earlier on, and you see them play for their clubs, body language, commit, dedication, everything is on point. But in the Black Stars, some of them don't seem to show so much when they are playing. What do you say to that as well?
Well, I definitely agree with anyone who thinks that way. Because let's be honest, I mean, sometimes we even think that if Black Stars have all these kind of players, they can even play 7 teams without a coach. I mean, if you have Thomas Partey, if you have Kudus, if you have Inaki, if you have Jordan, all these players playing very well. Sometimes you expect them to rise to the party. And honestly, when you see the body language on the field of play, it looks like they don't really care. Look at Patawi Shaku. He had a fantastic season with Leicester last season. And he comes in and he wants to dribble with every ball. And when he loses the ball, he's like, fine, it's football, so what? That is not the kind of attitude we expect from our players. And as much as we're always blaming the coaches and the handlers and everything, sometimes these boys, you have to be up and doing. And you know the sad thing, I'm telling you, I'm not a prophet, but watch this. So then you wonder, you are very ambitious when you're playing for your club. After the 18, the first thing that comes to your head is to drive the ball. How come we want to walk the ball into the net when we are playing for the national team? So our players, and the thing is that we have created this thing, and that is what is hurting us. If you have a coach who is worth his salt, who knows what he wants to do, he will look at where you play, he will look at who you are. If you don't give him what he wants, you go bring a player who would. And that's the thing. It looks like we are the same old players. I mean, this one place, you would go out for this person. When we had Mariano Barreto in Ghana, Mariano Barreto decided to go bring this guy, the guy who...
William Thiero.
William Thiero. We all knew him to be an attacking player. He brought him to the defensive midfield to do something for him. All I'm saying is that we look so much down on our league and our local players. We look down so much on them that, they can't play. Do you know that when we played against this Nigerian side, one of their central defenders plays in the Senegalese league. Yeah. We've played, sometimes we even play Comoros or something. I mean, look at the teams we play. And you see those teams playing players who play their domestic leagues, that the Ghanaian league is way, way better than. But they still have confidence in them. There were 2 Ghanaians who were playing for the Niger side. Yeah. Najib is a Ghanaian boy. Yeah. Where does he play? In the Kosovo League. You see, when you play for the national team, you don't come wearing your ego on your sleeve. You come to serve, and that is what we are not getting from our players. And I think it has to do with orientation.
Okay.
When you properly orient the players, you will let them understand that it is a pride to wear the national colors. Forget about money. Those 45 or 35 million people out there want to see you win, so that it brings them joy.
Yeah.
And I feel that is where we are. And look at the posture. Honestly, the posture of the players, the posture of the technical team, and even the posture of the people who are around the team will tell you that some of them don't see this as, serving the nation. They see it as a football game. If I play and I win, fine. If I don't win, fine. Life goes on. Can you imagine Ghana being in the group with Angola, Sudan, and Niger? We are third. We have only 1 point from a draw, playing against Niger on a neutral grounds. After we have constantly complained about the pitch in Kumasi, we have a better pitch in Morocco, in Berkane. When we were playing the bad pitch, we were trying to possess the ball. When we decided to play on the good pitch, we decided to go for the long balls. We are confused. We are in a state of confusion, and it is sad that the people who are supposed to superintend over our sports seem to be okay with this. I'm expecting the sports minister to hold their thing to a meeting, call the coach, and tell them that, listen, Ghanaians are not happy. And that's what they don't get. They feel the national team is like any other club. The national team is different. We say it belongs to the people of Ghana and you manage it. But have you ever thought of bringing joy to the people of Ghana? Were they in this country when Ghana played in the 2006 World Cup, when the entire nation went out on the streets because Ghana had beaten Czech Republic and the US? That's the level of pride and joy it brings to the nation.
Absolutely.
If we are not willing to fight to get those things back, it is about time we tell some of the players that until you give us 100%, stay in your club and play there. We'll be fine. Because if you are here, we are losing. So what's wrong if we play a boy from Summerton and we still lose?
At least we'll save some money.
That's simple.
So what do we do? The critical question is, what must be done ASAP to get things corrected?
I think the structure should be corrected. First of all, how we even appointed the coach was wrong. But now that he's there, we can't do anything about it because he's our coach. And that is where we have to bring the technical directorate of the FA into this whole thing.
Okay.
We cannot decide to be bringing the Chandlers and and all those people. We bring them here. We don't even give them the opportunity to play, and they are constantly in the national team. And we overlook some of the local players. The Black Stars coaches should start working. It's not just about going to the Champion of Champions game in Takwa. You need to identify what you need in your team, and you start looking for those things. At least Barreto showed us the way. At least Ratome Dukovic showed us the way. When we went to the World Cup and he realized that Adukwe Papo wasn't helping, he brought a boy from Kim Faisal to come play. Sami Kofo, of all defenders who are playing for Bayern Munich, Ajax, and AS Roma, was benched for a boy who was playing for RTU and was then moving to Asante Kotoko to play. Coaches should start working. Look for players. It's obvious we have a goalkeeping problem. And we have Fatau Dada as our goalkeeper's coach. I don't know. No disrespect to Fatau. But Fatau should start working. Start combing. Start finding a goalkeeper somewhere. Because clearly we have a problem. We are allowed to have. We should start looking. So the point is that the coaches say, the players are out there. We just bring out a list and call them to come and play. That's what we do. We should start working. And Ben, I want to ask something. You think that our structure has been created well enough that Prof. Minta can call Otto into a meeting and tell him his peace of mind because he feels he's not doing well? You think that structure works?
That would be an interesting sight.
Exactly. And we are always singing praises. We're always calling them, oh, you've done well. Oh, you will get better. It's not well. And I think the FA president should do same. The system, the environment should be created like a workplace environment. And as we speak, if you are doing something and it's not good, your boss will call you to his office and you'll be given a breakdown.
Absolutely.
Is that what we have?
Yeah. That's how it is.
Is that what we have with our national team? Ourselves there.
Absolutely, that's true. Let me appreciate your time with us so much, Bright Kankam Boadu. Thank you so much for your time for us today on the game on GH1 TV.